All right, hello everyone, and welcome to today's matchup between the East LA Dodgers Gray and the Ventura County Buccaneers. I'm Charlie Gonzalez, and I'll be your commentator today. And the Bucs are going to be playing a wild card play-in game on Tuesday. Whether they're the road team or the home team when playing at Cypress College is still up for grabs. A 5-seed or 4-seed is where they'll be placed. And your starting pitcher today is Ian Nord. Yeah, I'm bummed I missed yesterday's game with two different home runs, one by Sam Grunberg, the other by Mason Kim in the 17-8 victory. Tommy Goldbrinson leading things off for the Gray Dodgers. That one chopped just beyond the plate. It's going to be called a strike. Nord, the slider just outside, 1-1. Two-one count here. And this starting lineup for the Bucs, very unusual. A lot of their starters not put in the batting order. They expect to come in later as substitutions. 3-1 count now on Goldbrinson. That one drifts foul, hits the net, so it's a full count to start things off. This one goes way outside over the right batter's box, and Goldbrinson will have a leadoff walk to start the game.
Center fielder, Brett Abudaye.
So Brett Abudaye or Abudaye, multiple ways that we think his name is pronounced. It's a cool last name. The starting center fielder today for the Dodgers. Slider in there for strike one. Abudaye this year, 34 at-bats over the course of 11 games. And there's ball one. Just a little above the strike zone. Curve ball. You don't see many pitches quite like that, especially high above the strike zone. Nord throws over to first for pickoff attempt. Goldbrinson is safe. We have 3 umpires today. That's been the normal number as of late. Usually there's 2. With fewer games, though, some can lend their services over to other teams. 2-1 count. Dodgers dugout. Yelling words of encouragement. This one. Pop foul right behind him. 2-2 count. And might have bounced off Turquan there. It was behind the mound. Looks shaken up. Abudaye checked to see how he was doing. Play will resume. Goldbrinson has a lead off of first. Throwing it again to first is Nord, but Tommy gets back safely. And there's ball 3, and we have back-to-back full counts to start off this game. Nord does not want to start the game off with 2 walks and no outs. That one popped left foul, will remain 3-2. A little bit of a breeze here at LA Valley College. That one, down the third base line, it's still foul. Umpire low on baseballs already. Ian Nord looking to get his first strikeout of the game. This one hitting to right center, moving over to make the grab. The right fielder, Noah Nichols, for out number 1. Staying at first is Goldbrinson.
Third baseman, Daniel Ortega.
Daniel Ortega, number 22. This year he has a .333 batting average. And there's a pickle attempt, and it's overthrown. Grunberg throws it over the head of Marty and into the glove of Italia, and it's going to be a successful stolen base for Goldbrinson. It looked like a pickle attempt, but didn't happen. So, leading runner in the top of the first now in scoring position. That one drifting foul. Almost goes over the net. Ortega has 10 hits and 5 runs on the year. The slider in for ball 1. I said many of our starters not on the field starting on defense. That one popped back, 1-2. Notably Kai Moran, Rowan Taryn, Jack Bickerton, and Era Ruvalcaba. Goldbrinson walks back to second. A little warning shot from Ian Nord there. Swing and a miss. A swinging strikeout for a second out.
Second baseman, Greg Haven.
And Tommy Goldbrinson this year had 11, coming into today, had 11 stolen bases, so make that 12 now. He leads the team in that category. There's strike 1 for Greg Pavon. Pavon, 56 at-bats this year. That's second most on the East LA Gray Dodgers. That one hit in the center field for a blooper single. Goldbrinson running home, and he's going to be safe by a mile. Heading over to second is Pavon. That's going to be ruled a single for Pavon, as out in center, Colin Bell decided to throw it in to home instead of second. So early lead for the Gray Dodgers, 1-0. That one hit right over to Marty at second. Going to rock it over to Grunberg at first for out number 3. So on the first pitch of the at-bat, Chase Smith hits a 4-3 ground out to end the top of the first. 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the opening inning. See you right after this. All right, bottom of the first inning. Leading things off, Robert Pitts, coming back recently from an injury. Beginning of the season, he was the star left fielder, had a lot of great games, especially out at Citrus College against the other Pirates team. He takes ball one. That one drifting foul and over the net. 1-1. And there's strike two. Gets him looking there, Nathan Hafner. Starting pitcher for the Gray Dodgers. That one is going to bounce just foul, a couple inches to the left of the third baseline, and Robert Pitts thought he had a good one there. Hafner this year as starting pitcher had 8 games, has 1 win, 1 loss, ERA about 8.71, no saves. Bucs looking for just as impressive a victory as they had yesterday to happen here today to get them home field advantage for that wild card game come Tuesday down at Cypress College. 2-2 count now for Pitts. And there's ball 3 low into the turf to make it a full count. Lots of full counts here in this first inning, both halves. Tommy Italia on deck, the shortstop. Robert Pitts looking to get on base. This is popped up foul territory, but playable and caught by the catcher, Tyler Christ, for out number 1.
33, Tommy Italia.
Sun shining bright here at LA Valley College. Haven't had any overcast days recently, not many clouds either, so throughout the whole game, outfielders and infielders will be staring into the sunlight. First pitch for Tommy Italia is right up the middle. Shortstop kind of come and grab it, throw it over to first for out number 2.
First baseman, number 23, Sam.
So on the first pitch, a 6-3 ground up by Italia. Hits it over to Goldbrinson, who rocks it over to Daniels. Sam Grunberg hit a home run yesterday. Unfortunately was not here for it. Not in every game starter, but he's making his mark with playoffs right around the corner. And there's strike 1. There's a curveball way outside over the right batter's box, 1-1. And Grunberg, 19 at-bats over the course of 7 games. There's strike 2. He has amassed a .316 batting average and a .333 on base percentage. The slider just a little above the strike zone, 2-2. And the team the Bucs will be facing, whether or not they're the 5 or 4 seed on Tuesday, is the Orioles-Seco Royals. That one hit in center field, and coming up to make the grab is Abudaye for out number 3.
No runs, no errors.
So a 1-2-3 inning for the Dodgers defense. It's 1-0. So we go to the top of the second. All right, top of the second inning. Leading things off is the left fielder, Wyatt Timms. Takes ball 1. Just a recap of the last inning. Dodgers had 1 run, 2 hits. There were no errors by the Bucs defense. There's 1-1 swings and misses there. Wyatt Timms, 300 batting average this season. He hits that right to Chavez at third. He's going to throw it over to Grunberg at first for out number 1. I have a feeling we're going to have a lot of infield outs like that today.
Daniel.
Mason Daniels. Today's starting first baseman for the Dodgers. "13 hits and 5 runs. 1-0. That one popped up right by second base. Coming over to make the grab, Tommy Italia for out number 2.
Tyler Crest.
So a quick first 2 outs here over the course of 5 pitches. Tyler Chris, the catcher who made the first out in the bottom of the first on Robert Pitts, is up to the plate now. This one popped behind him, 0-1. Nord pitches. This one is going to be chopped and it's going to be called foul. So 0-2 for the Dodgers catcher. At the plate, not behind the plate, he is and that's wild. So 1-2. He's one of the better batters they have. 222 batting average. 36 at-bats over 12 games, averaging 3 per game. That slider close to his legs, 2-2. No men on, and 2 outs in the top of the second. That one, once again, a brushback pitch close to the knees, so it's a full count here. Deep in the count, Nord pitches. And that one is going to be chopped right to Italia, who's going to, once again, throw it over to first. It has a 1-2-3 inning for the Bucs defense. So Nord has retired a side in order the first inning today. 1-2-3. Still 1-0 game. Dodgers lead. Bottom of the second coming up. Leading things off the bottom of the second, the third baseman, Anthony Chavez. He takes strike one. There's ball one for Anthony. This year, Chavez, 76 at-bats in 24 games. It's tied for the second most this year on the Ventura County Buccaneers. That one hit foul, 1-2. Hafner starting out the day on the mound with a 1-2-3 inning, looking to get the same here in the second. And the outfielders all moved over to the right, one position. 2-2. So Timms is now in center, Abudaye in right, and Smith in left. Not certain why they changed so soon, but they did. That one popped up in the infield. Coming up is the second baseman, Pavon, for out number one.
Trent Turquan.
Turquan looking to be the first base runner for the Bucs. They trail 1-0 in the bottom of the second. There's ball one. At the catcher position, Turquan and Cervantes subbed for each other all throughout the season. This one hit deep in the left, and it's going to bounce foul. The left fielder, Smith, dove for it just out of his reach. 1-1. Turquan, the other Buccaneer who's had 76 at-bats. There's ball two. And the 329 batting average, near the top of the pack. Way over the right batter's box, 3-1. And as a right-handed batter, it's tough taking pitches from a lefty pitcher, Nathan Hafner. Both starting pitchers today, Hafner and Nord, are lefties. That one drifting foul way over the net into the parking lot. So we have a full count for Turquan. We pitch this one, hit right into center. Abudaye backing up a couple of steps, shielding his eyes from the sun. Makes the catch for out number two.
Rowan Tarrant.
So two flyouts to start the bottom of the second. Rowan Tarrant, the extra hitter, looking to get on base. He finally got his walk-up song changed from Monster over to another song I forgot the name of. Breaking ball just over the strike zone, 1-0. Tarrant, 333 batting average. This breaking ball is into the strike zone, 1-1. We've seen a lot of those from Hafner, but he struggled to find the zone on them. Breaking ball a little outside, 2-1. Once he's behind in the count, Hafner is able to adapt quickly. That's one of his strengths. I've seen that so far with him today in a few games. I've covered where he pitches. This one drifting foul over to the Bucs bullpen. 2-2. Probably the last game the Ventura County Bucs play here at LA Valley College this season. That one grounding to third. Ortega throwing over to Daniels at first for out number 3. So the second 1-2-3 inning for the Bucs. They have yet to have a base runner. So after 2, the Dodgers lead 1-0. See you for the top of the third in just a moment. All right, top of the third, and the Dodgers starting pitcher will get his first trip to the plate. Two-way player today, Ian Nord. Third inning of work. Comes the first pitch. Just outside. 1-0.
You're good. You're not going to get 60.
According to the stats I've collected, Nathan Hafner has not batted once this year. There's brush back pitch, ball 2. Getting a taste of the offense for the first time, the tail end of the season. 2-0 pitch, swing and a miss. Close to his body there, it doesn't have a wide radius. 2-1. That goes way outside on the left batter's box. So 3-1 on the leadoff hitter, the third inning. Nord taking a huge deep breath, pitches close to his body there. So a leadoff walk to start the third.
Number 2, Steven Machon.
Machon not wearing his usual number 8. Wearing number 2 today as the extra hitter. And we're going to have a mound visit. Coach Evan O'Mara and Trent Turquan are going to go talk to Ian Nord. All right, play will resume. We have our first relief pitcher. That's Jameson Johnstone. So Ian Nord being pulled after 2 innings and 1 at bat of the 3rd inning. That one hit down the left field line, and it's going to bounce foul towards the Dodgers bullpen. At bat right now in the bottom of the batting order is Steven Machin. And the leadoff hitter walked to first, so Hafner waiting to be advanced around the bases.
Yeah, I'm probably.
Oh, and there's going to be a pass ball, and Hafner's going to take to second. So, runner in scoring position.
Have Robert or somebody.
So the 1-1 pitch coming up right now. Johnson throws right into the dirt, and there's going to be another pass ball as it goes underneath Turquan's glove. And back-to-back pitches, Hafner advances from first to third. 2-1 count now for Jameson Johnstone. And coming in the middle of the season, he's pitched 2 games, been credited with 2 wins. No losses or saves. Has a 4 ERA. 3-1 count. Three-one pitch. That's in the dirt, and Steven Machin does not swing, and we have runners on the corners. Now let's shortstop, Tommy Gulbranson. His first at bat, he walked, ended up scoring a run on Greg Pavon's RBI single. Prime position here to extend their lead. That one hit right to Jameson Johnstone. Forced out at second is Steven Machin. There's going to be a double play to get Gulbranson out at first. So a sacrifice double play to make it 2-0 as Hafner comes home. Oh, and nope, it's actually, Machin is safe at second. Strange call there. One away here. It's a 2-0 ball game. Dodgers win, or Dodgers lead. Excuse me. 1-0 count on Abu Daye. Flew out to right in the first. A fastball in for strike 1.
Huh?
Johnstone looking to minimize the damage that the Dodgers are doing in this inning. That one drifting foul way over the net. So 1-2 count on the center fielder. That one is chopped and it's going to be called a strike. Still 1-2.
I can't text him because I'm in the middle of this.
Now Machin over at second has a huge leadoff. Italian Tyler Marty keeping a close eye on him. The 1-2 pitch. Then he's taking off and he's going to have to walk back. This is pop foul once again. So that sacrifice 6-3 ground out Gulbranson brought home another run. That was Nathan Hafner. Thought it was a double play. It looked like it was, but it was Hatchen was called safe at second. That one gonna hit right to Italia. Throwing it over to first. There's out number 2. So another 6-3 ground out. This one going right to the shortstop instead of being thrown from Jamison Johnstone.
Daniel Ortega.
And advancing over the third is Machan. He almost got called out for interference as he hopped over the ball while a live runner. Now Daniel Ortega struck out swinging. High breaking ball. 1-0. Machan at third looking ready to come home. And there's a breaking ball in for strike 1. To go from a left-handed pitcher to a right-handed pitcher for the Dodgers may actually be advantageous, as most of them are right-handed batters. This one going right to Italia again, who is unable to field it and slips. So it's going to be E6, allowing Steven Machan to come home and Daniel Ortega to get on first.
Number 20. Right, Pavin.
So it will not be ruled as a hit. It's now a 3-run ball game on the error by Tommy Italia. Now up is Greg Pavon by an RBI single. And there's going to be a balk called, and Daniel Ortega's going to be able to walk to second. Pavon looking to keep the top of the third going here. Oh, and 1 count. Taking off for third is Ortega. Turquan throws it over there, and he is out. Does not beat the ball to the bag.
Two runs, no hits, nobody left. At the end of 2.5, Dodgers.
So Greg Pavon will resume his at-bat in the 4th as Ortega was caught stealing third. So 2 runs, no hits, 1 error on a very bizarre top of the 3rd inning. Dodgers lead 1-0 as the Bucs come up to the plate. See you right after this.
For you.
Is he coming back?
Okay. He's not feeling well.
All right, bottom of the third. Bucks find themselves down 3-0. That's a bizarre top third inning. So an error by shortstop brought home a run. Both those runners who scored got on base with a walk. Noah Nichols fouls that off. He's the leadoff hitter in the third for the Bucks. Hafner still on the mound for the Dodgers. No base runners yet for the Bucks. No hits. That one hit deep into center field, and backing up is Timms. It's gonna go up against the wall, and he's gonna head to third. He's gonna take a risk, and it's gonna pay off. The ball doesn't even make it to third. It gets to the shortstop. So a leadoff triple for Noah Nichols. That's the first hit of the day for the Ventura County Buccaneers. And the Bucks in business quickly here in the third inning. Now Mason Kim, the DH, who had a home run yesterday. I asked him, please get another one today. He's like, I don't know. He has a strong swing. He always swings for the fences, he says. So there is one hit deep into center, but Tim's moving over to get this one. But coming home is Noah Nichols. It's going to be a sacrifice fly out to center field.
Second baseman number 5, Tyler Marty.
So now the Bucks on the board quickly after 2 at-bats here. And Tyler Marty had a home run a few days ago down against the Orange County Legends. A 1-1 count here for Tyler. Hafner starting to get a little nervous on the mound here. Breaking ball in for strike 2. Tyler Marty, 37 at-bats in 19 games. Swings and misses for out number 2. More often than not, he's
Colin Bell.
a substitute second baseman. Doesn't get much offensive playing time. Colin Bell, player who came into this team towards the middle of the season, or the end of the first half of the year. Made a strong impact on this Bucks team. There's ball 1. Curving in towards the knees. Colin Bell, a .216 batting average and a .383 on base percentage. That one be grounded to the shortstop, Gobranson. And he's not able to throw it to first. His momentum carried him. He just kept running.
21. Robert Pitts.
So a single to keep the third inning going for the Bucks. 56 at-bats in 17 games coming into today's game for Pavon. 15 hits and 4 runs.
What is it? 2-2? 3-2?
After a quick time, play will resume. Pavon pops his foul, stays at the plate.
Right, that's what I did because it's a 2-strike foul.
So the VC Bucks are clinched as the 5 seed as the Arroyo Seco Royals have the tiebreaker over us should we win. So we'll be the road team at Cypress College for the wild card playoff game. That one is into the turf. And now it's 3-2. Okay. Oh, I think the umpire may have lost track there. That one, there's ball 4. He thinks he may have hit that, but he's just going to walk to first.
Number 7. Chase
Running
Smith.
like it was a live ball. Chase Smith on the day, 0 for 1. 4-3 ground out to end the first. Over in right field, made a catch for an out in the second inning. In his 36 trips to the plate, he's accumulated a 194 batting average. There's ball 1. Johnstone looking to keep the Dodgers scoreless as the Bucs cut down their deficit to 2. 1-0 pitch. Fastball just above the strike zone, 2-0. Pitch from Johnstone. Foul right back, heading right towards my face. I flinched a little bit there. 2-1. Two-one pitch from Jamison. There's strike 2. It's a brushback pitch. Crowding the plate. Getting close to his body there. No outs here in the top of the 4th. Greg Pavon's on first. He's taking off for second. Jameson doesn't see him, and he's going to have to walk back into a huge leadoff. Definitely would have been safe. 2-2 count still. And that playoff game on Tuesday down in Cyprus against the Royals. Should the Bucs win, they would face the top seed Orange County Pirates at Cal Poly Pomona. Throwing over to first on pickoff attempt, but Pavon safe. Two count for Timms. This one he's going to chop it. It's going to go right to the first baseline. Jamison is going to throw it to first. Grunberg not able to field it. And throwing it to third. Pavon is safe there as well. The runner's on in the corners and no outs.
Number 21. Wyatt Timms.
Is that E1?
I'm gonna find out right now.
Okay. So not sure if that's going to be ruled a hit or an error. But right now, Pavon at third and Smith at first. Now Wyatt Timms at the plate. He pops his foul 0-1. And that little toss from Jamison to Sam Grunberg at first, he had forced him off the bag, but it looked catchable. Fastball right over the strike zone, 1-1. Timms grounded out 5-3 in the second. There's a fastball in for strike 2. Taking off for second is Chase Smith. Trent Turquan throws to Tyler Marty, but he's going to be safe. That's a strikeout on, no, not a, yeah, strikeout on Timms.
Mason Daniels.
So up, that sacrifice swipe out, or strikeout, I guess you call it, allowed him to allow Chase Smith to advance to second, or steal second. Mason Daniels now at the plate, digging in.
Oh, the E1. No hit.
Oh.
And there's a breaking ball in for strike one on Mason Daniels. Daniels this year, 49 at-bats in 17 games. This is his 51st trip to the plate this season. That one's going to be hit right to Tyler Marty. He's going to throw it to first. On a fielder's choice there. Thought about throwing it home, but Greg Pavon had a lead on him. Sacrifice ground out brings home Greg Pavon. It's a 4-1 ball game now. Dodgers lead.
Sure, yeah. I mean, we're going to play the anthem during the home plate meeting today, so that's improvement.
Oh, well. Yeah, that was unfortunate because the players were lined up. Sorry about that.
1-0 count on Tyler Christ.
Sorry for that.
It's all good.
I'm keeping score, so apologies for the break in commentary. That one is going to be hit right to Tommy Italia. Throw it over to Grunberg at first for out number 3. So, 1 run, no hits, 1 error in the top of the 4th.
4-1.
So a 4-1 lead for the Dodgers going into the bottom of the 4th.
Okay.
See if you can cover for that for a sec.
Yeah.
All right, leading things off in the bottom of the 4th for the Bucs, Tommy Italia.
Good ball.
Yeah. 0 for 1 today. 6-3 ground out. in the first. As he's crowding the plate, there's strike one. Was a brushback pitch there. Head near as a fielder at shortstop. Looking to get on bases, they now once again trail 3 by 3 runs. 2-1. Tap. Oh, and that's going to be a hit by pitch as it hits him in the back, right on in the numbers, literally.
First baseman number 23, Sam Grunberg.
So he's going to take to first. Now up, Sam Grunberg. Flew out to center in the first inning. And the Bucs today have only had 3 base runners up to this point. This one hammered into left foul territory. Grunberg this year, 4 runs and 6 hits. Has a home run. That's going to be popped up into shallow right field and coming over to make the grab. And it's going to bounce. It's not going to be caught, and heading over to third, it's Tommy Italia.
Third baseman number 35, Anthony Chavez.
At first now is Grunberg. So runners on in the corners is tying runner. Anthony Chavez comes to the plate. This is the best chance they've had to tie the game or possibly take the lead. That one going to be hitting the center. And Wyatt Timms moving over, and it bounces into the dirt. Abu Daye beat him to it, but he slid and he couldn't grab it. So once again, another hit.
24, Trent Turquan.
This one's going to be a blooper single for Chavez. And moving all the way to third on that is Grunberg. So 1 run and 2 hits and no outs so far in the bottom of the 4th. Bucs off to a great start here. There's strike 1 for Turquan. So Talia came home on that blooper RBI single by Chavez. And there's strike 2. Now, a lot of close shave pitches here, called strikes, means they're crowding the plate very often today, both sides. 1 and 2. And Hafner still pitching for the Dodgers. Beginning to crack a little bit here, though. That one going to be hitting the left center. Chavez took off for second. That's going to bounce. And coming home is Grunberg. 1 run will score. Chavez is coming home. 2 runs will score. And it's now tied at 4 apiece. And there are no outs.
Number 8, Rowan Tarrant.
So the RBI double for Turquan ties up the game. And now the Bucs are in cruise control here. Rowan Tarrant looks to keep the streak going. That one pop foul. Owen won the count for the extra hitter Taryn. Breaking ball in for strike 2. And this year, Taryn, 66 at-bats in 25 games coming into today. Make this his 68th of the year. That one is going to be popped right up to the first baseman, Daniels, for out number 1.
Number 4, Noah Nichols.
Turquan will stay at second. And Noah Nichols, the Bucs right fielder, looking to go 2 for 2. His first at bat, he had a leadoff triple. It was the first runner to score for the Bucs today. The leading runner in scoring position, Bucs look to take their first lead of the game with only 1 out. This one is way over the right batter's box. 1-1. Tyler Chris having to stretch his arm out to grab that. Don't want any more advancements on wild pitches. That one drifting foul. 1-2 count for Nichols. In this inning, the Dodgers outfield was just not able to field any of these hits. 3 bounced into outfield territory. 2 were close to being caught by Abudaye, 1 by Timms. The Bucks finding the holes right where they need to be. This one hit deep into right. Moving over is Abudaye for out number 2. And Turquan smartly staying at second on that.
Number 27, Mason Kim.
Mason Kim, one of the strongest hitters on the Ventura County Buccaneers. Had a sacrifice fly out in the 3rd to bring home Nichols. They're looking to take the lead here. They don't want to settle for a tie going into the 5th. That one hit into right center and backing up. Oh, and it dropped by the second baseman, Pavon. And Turquan comes home to give the Bucs the lead.
Second baseman, number 5, Tyler Marty.
So another, So another quote-unquote hit by Kim to bring home another run. This one, RBI single, not a sacrifice. So contributing almost as well as he did yesterday. Still waiting on that home run. I'm sure it's coming sometime today. Tyler Marty chops that one foul. And that's called a hit as the second baseman, Greg Pavon, was looking over his head. Hard catch to make, not made often enough to be called an error. Ball 1 for Tyler Marty. The first 4 batters this inning for the Bucs all scored a run. That one drifting foul out of territory. 1-2 for the second baseman, Marty. This year, 6 runs and 9 hits with a .243 batting average. That one it's going to go right past the third baseman Ortega into left field. He dove for it and just out of reach.
Center fielder number 18, Colin Bell.
So a single to move Mason Kim up to second. And Colin Bell in the bottom of the batting order, the ninth hitter this inning. This is how the Bucs should be playing, as talented as they are. And you're seeing a little bit of a repeat of yesterday's 17-run game. That one going to be pop foul. A lot of these first pitches this inning for the Bucs are pop foul, but they end up getting on base anyway, starting off behind in the count. That one nearly hit by pitch there. Ball one. Colin Bell 1 for 1 today, had a single in the third. There's ball two. Bell on the year, 37 at bats and over the course of 16 games coming into today. Off-speed pitch outside, 3-1. And Hafner, after the first two innings went 1-2-3, now giving up 7 hits and 5 runs. Three-one pitch. This one's going to be hit over Ortega's head at third into left field. Mason Kim coming home to make it a 6-4 ball game. The RBI single for Colin Bell.
Robert Pitts.
And that RBI single also moving Tyler Marty up to second. So make that the third RBI, the fourth RBI this year for Colin Bell. And it's strike one for Robert Pitts as we return to the top of the batting order. This one again hit, just foul, just to the left of the third baseline. Looked like another hit deep in the left. 0-2 the count for the left fielder. Today at the plate, popped up one behind home, caught by the catcher, Tyler Christ. That one going to be chopped foul right over to the Dodgers dugout. Bell thought that was fair. Hits on the year, 43 at-bats coming into today. This is his 16th game. 16 hits and 10 runs. One of the most productive batters on the Bucs. And it's a full count. And we could start over and go through the entire batting order in the bottom of the fourth. Done a couple of times this season by the Bucs. There's ball 4. So that walk will force Bell to second, and we have loaded bases.
Tommy Italia.
So Tommy Italia, second at bat of this fourth inning. The Bucs not done yet. They're not done pouring it on. They have had 5 runs so far. That one's going to be hit right to Ortega at third. He's going to throw it over to Daniels at first for out number 3.
5 runs on 6 hits, 3 left. The end of 4. Pirates lead 6.
So in the bottom of the fourth, 5 runs, 6 hits, and no errors. The Bucs now have their first lead of the game as we head to the 5th inning. See you right after this. You're doing good though.
It's not though. Like, this is actually it's not hard to do. I'm doing it with 4 other people.
All right, top of the 5th. Mason Kim now in to pitch. Jamison pulled from the game. So Kim no longer the DH. And there's ball 1 on Nathan Hafner, the Dodgers pitcher, who I suspect may be done for the day. 1-1. At the plate, he walked in the 3rd, ended up scoring a run. There's strike 2. In fact, all 4 runners on the Dodgers who have scored today got on base with a walk. So no hits. Taking handouts, making the most of them. 1-2 pitch. And just below the strike zone, 2-2. And Kim will stay as the DH. And there's a swing and a miss for Nathan Hafner.
Number 2, Steven
So
Machon.
1 away. Steven Machon. Yeah. I was saying Kim will remain in the batting order. Machon hits this right to Tyler Marty at second. We're going to throw it over to Grunberg at first for out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down so far.
Number 5, Tommy Gobranson.
I feel like the Bucs are now getting in the groove after struggling early on in the first 3 innings. Seems to be right now they're in cruise control. There's still a lot of game to play for the 5 seed in this year's Sunset Baseball League playoffs. Swing and a miss for Gulbranson, 0-1. Kim deals. That one's going to be chopped right to Italia. Throwing it over to Grunberg at first. And He just beats the runner. So a 6-3 ground out. To end the top of the fifth, we're halfway through today's game. The Bucs lead 6-4.
At the end of 4.5.
And Kim's first inning on the mound, it's a 1-2-3 inning.
Missed the game? Check out all the recaps of every VC.
All right, bottom of the fifth. And leading things off, Sam Grunberg. 1-0 the count. 1-1. Sorry for rejoining early. There was some, or rejoining a little late on the stream. There were some defensive changes for the Dodgers. So 1-2. So the changes are as follows. Daniel's now pitching. Goldbranson at first.
Anthony Chavez.
Abu Dhabi at shortstop, and no word yet on who's in right replacing him. And did Grunberg strike? Okay, I was marking something. Okay. All right. So Grunberg strikes out swinging. This one's going to be chopped over to third, throwing it to first for out number 2.
Number 24, Trent Turquan.
So 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the fifth. Oh, number 2 is in right. Machan. Okay, cool. So Machan is in right. So we've now documented all the changes on the Dodgers defense. There's 1-0 for Turquan. And apologies, yes, sometimes if I miss something, I'm scoring the game as well for commentary, so happens. That one is going to be hit right to the first baseman, Goldbranson, unassisted out for him. So a very quick 1-2-3 inning.
At the end of 5, Bucs lead
So
6-4.
after 5 innings, the VC Bucs lead 6-4. And we head to the top of the 6th. Be back in just a moment. All right, top of the sixth, leading things off, Brett Aboudier. And now in at catcher, Dominic Cervantes, substituting in for Trent Turquand. Dodgers find themselves down 2 runs. Kim, fastball right down the middle. Swing and a miss for now no longer the center fielder, it's the shortstop. Slider over the right batter's box, 1-1. Aboudier 0 for 2 on the day. Flew out to right in the first, had a 6-3 ground out in the third. Two one. And Kim began pitching in the fifth, had a 1-2-3 inning, looking to get another one right here. That popped foul, 2-2. And Mason Kim, as pitcher, has pitched 11 games this year, 1 win, 1 loss, 3 saves, and an ERA of 6.20. Now a lead-off full count here. Aboudier has not yet gotten on base. Some of these rotations by the Dodgers weren't shared by us, so we've had to keep an eye on the outfield numbers and figure them out ourselves. Freed pop behind him, still alive. It's the top of the sixth inning, in case you need reminding. And there's a breaking ball a little high for a leadoff walk. Aboudier takes to first base. And Daniel Ortega, despite all the changes on defense for the Dodgers, he still remains at third plate. 0 for 1 today. Struck out swinging in the first. He's popping that up into right, moving over to Noah Nichols, and it's going to be out of his reach. It's going to bounce fair, right by the first baseline. So a single to move up Aboudier, the tying runner now at first.
God, changes next inning, make sure Bernie gets into.
Okay.
For us or them?
For us.
Okay, yeah, and just speaking of which, yes, Jack Bickerton now playing first, no longer Grunberg. And looks like that might be the only change, from what I can tell from here. And Bickerton maybe thought that was going foul, so he didn't bother backing up to catch it, but he was within his range. Now, no faulting him, though. Kim looking back at Aboudier at second. And first pitch to Greg Pavon. The ball way outside. The leading runner now at the plate. Pavon is 1 for 1 today. Had a single in the first. 2-0. Check swing there as it hit the turf before going into Cervantes' glove. In that fourth inning, he got on via walk, was very strange. He advanced to third on an error by Jamison, the pitcher. So he had a strange lob over to Grunberg at first. 2-1. No outs here in the top of the sixth. Dodgers looking to tie or take the lead. This one drifts foul. 2-2. On deck is Chase Smith. Got on base because of aforementioned error by Jamison Johnstone. It's cooled off here a bit at LA Valley College. There's a high rush back pitch to make it a full count. Pavon's the last Dodger to score a run. Came home on Mason Daniels' sacrifice 4-3 ground out in the fourth. That one hit in the left field and it's going to be foul. Still 3-2. Mason Kim. Thinking about what pitch he should throw here. Here it comes. And there's ball 4. And oh, no, that's going to be strike 3. As Pavon was looking to take to the first, but it's turned back. So a looking strikeout. One away.
7, Chase Smith.
And speaking of the Dodgers, or the Major League Dodgers, they have swept the Giants in this 4-game series, 7-4, about 30 minutes ago. Free Dodgers pizza for all you CPK members. I'm going to grab mine after the game from yesterday's win. Looking forward to another one tomorrow. And there's strike 1 for Chase Smith. Chase Smith, it's going to get in between Marty and Bickerton. Nichols throws it in, and coming home for the RBI single is Brett Abudaye. It's now 6-5 ball game. And advancing over to third on that as well, Daniel Ortega. So the RBI single, Chase Smith has his first hit of the day. Dodgers now only second to the Yankees in overall record in Major League Baseball. That one going to be drift foul way into the parking lot. I hope my car doesn't get dinged. It looks like it's heading that direction. And Wyatt Timms at the plate now. 0 for 2. 5-3 ground out to lead off the second. Struck out swinging in the fourth. Whoa, and that's a wild pitch. It goes way over the head of Cervantes, and coming home on that wild pitch is Daniel Ortega, and now the game is tied at 6 apiece. And the leading runner now gets tagged out, stealing third. He was safe at second. Cervantes throws to Chavez at third, and he's out. So very strange decision there. So he advanced to second on that, Chase Smith advanced to second on that wild pitch, but then caught stealing. A very strange occurrence right there. So 2 outs. That's a 1-1 count for Timms. This one he's going to hit to Italia. Italia throwing over to Bickerton at first, and it's going to be a wild throw way over his head, and it's going to be another E6. And he's going to go all the way to second on that.
Number 16, Mason Daniel.
So now the leading runner in scoring position, Mason Daniels, the latest pitcher for the Dodgers. replacing Hafner after 4 innings. And there's a high fastball, 1-0. Second error, if that is called an error, on Tommy Italia today at shortstop. And it is. Just receiving word. That one, going to be hit right to Tyler Marty a second. Going to throw it over to Bickerton for out number 3, and that'll end the inning. So 2 runs, 2 hits, 1 error in the top of the 6th. It's now tied at 6 apiece. This game is heating up. See you in the bottom half of the 6th in just a moment.
That's all the changes.
All right, cool. All right, leading off the bottom of the 6th for the Bucs, Luke Crawshaw. A little bit under the weather the last few games, but he's set and ready to go today. Coming in the extra hitter spot for Rowan Taryn. He's now 6th in the batting order. There's ball 1, pass ball. Some more changes on the Dodgers defense. There's strike 1, by the way. Ortega's at first, Abudai is now at third, and Gulbranson's at shortstop.
I don't know if you can make this seem so hard.
Just kind of pay attention.
Yeah. I'm scoring, so that makes it.
2-2 count. Sorry for the dead air. Handed some notes by my supervisor, so Crawshaw, good friend of mine. Whoa, and there's a high ball right over his head, almost bounced off his helmet there for a full count. And there's ball 4, and we have a leadoff walk for the Bucs in the 6th. The leading runner now on base.
Pitch hitting for the Bucs, number 7. Hi, Moran.
Start in 7th inning. Bell will be your right field in 7th. All right. So who's in center for him then?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
think Kai.
Oh, Kai. Oh, perfect. All right. Kai Moran. Pinch hitting for Noah Nichols in the 7th spot. That one being hit in the left center, coming up to make the grab, is Smith for out number 1.
Pitcher number 27, Mason Kim.
So Kai Moran, come into the game. Usual starter did not start today. He will be in center field in the top of the 7th, and Bell will be moving into right field. Ball 1 for Mason Kim. Now, not your DH, but your pitcher as well. Two-way player today for the Bucs. Mentioned earlier in the broadcast, he has sacrificed fly out to bring home Noah Nichols. And that one's going to be hit deep into center, and moving back is Timms, and it's going to bounce right outside of his glove. And Kim heading to second, and coming home is Luke Crawshaw, and he's safe. So the RBI double for Mason Kim, and he's having a great day at the plate today.
Tyler Marty.
So batting in not just Nichols, but Crawshaw as well. In addition to that sacrifice flyout, he had a single in the 4th, and now the RBI double to make it a 7-6 ball game. Last few games, seen a lot of runs scored. Tyler Marty takes ball 1. Swing and a miss. 1-1. On the day, Marty struck out swinging in the 3rd. And in the 4th, he had a single and advanced over to second on Colin Bell's single and stole 3rd base. Has not scored a run today. 2-1. And a little slightly distracted there by my supervisor yelling, "You're too good." Threw me off there as I was trying to recap his at-bat so far today. Sorry if I stuttered. 3-1 for the second baseman. One out here in the bottom of the 6th. A runner at second. That's the DH Mason Kim, and he's also a pitcher. It's a big swing and a miss there. A little head in the swing, so full count. On deck is Colin Bell, who's 2 for 2. And Tyler Marty takes ball 4, and he will get on base.
Colin Bell.
That's 2 walks given up in the 6th by Mason Daniels. And Bell's 2 hits. Had a single in 3rd and a single in the 4th. No runs scored. But oh, and there's a wild throw from the pitcher over to the second baseman, and it goes into the outfield. But Mason Kim decides not to advance to 3rd on that. Bell still hasn't received his first pitch. Right. That one is bunted, and it's going to be popped right up and caught by the catcher, Christ. And that throw from Christ over to second base is going to in center field, but I believe that's out number 2.
Left fielder, number 21.
Yes, it's out number 2. And that bunt, he did not intend for it to go high enough to be caught. But Robert Pitts looking to keep this inning going and extend their lead beyond 7 runs. There's a brush back pitch for ball 1. Last at bat, he walked. There's throw over to first on a pickoff attempt, but Marty is safe. Chris has been on his game behind the plate today. He's caught 2 pop-ups, 1 bunt, 1 behind the plate. That one's going to be hit right to the shortstop. Goldbrinson going to throw it over to Ortega at first for out number 3, and that will end the inning. So 1 run, 1 hit,
7-6.
no errors in the bottom of the 6th. They lead 7-6, 2/3 of the way through this game. The 5-seeded Bucs are looking for that win. See you right after this. All right, top of the 7th. The Bucs have a 1-run lead. No longer tied as it was going into the bottom of the 6th. And leading things off, the catcher Tyler Christ, also due up Nathan Hafner and Steven Machon. High fastball is swung and missed. Swung at and missed. Excuse me. 0-1 for the Dodgers catcher. And he's been out. He's gotten 2 groundouts, both 6-3 today. So he's 0 for 2, and both were the 3rd out of those innings, 2nd and 4th. 1-1. Chris has done well behind the plate. Gotten a couple of outs. There's a breaking ball just ahead above the strike zone, 2-1. And Kim struggled a bit in the top of the 6th, gave up 2 hits and 2 runs, but a renewed sense of confidence after that bottom of the 6th where he got the RBI double. Swing and a miss, 2-2. There's probably set to be more defensive changes for the Dodgers in the middle of the seventh, so I'll be busy keeping track of those. 2-2 pitch from Kim. That's going to be hitting to right, and Colin Bell is going to try to get under it, but it's going to be foul. 2-2 is still a count. Good effort there by Bell. Try to get underneath it. Tyler Christ, I don't know if it's Christ or Christie, but 5 runs and 8 hits on the year. And 263 on base percentage. That one's going to be popped up right behind the home plate. On deck, the Dodgers starting pitcher today, Nathan Hafner. Kim taking his time, looking to right the wrongs of what happened in the top of the last inning. This one popped behind him once again, 2-2. Some of these Dodger uniforms, I'm just now realizing, are different shades of blue. Very strange. Christie consistently getting a piece of it. That one, close shave, goes right by his face, so a full count now. And the umpire stepping out, looking at his finger, maybe something happened. He throws it to Kim, and there's going to be a mound visit with Cervantes. The umpire may have gotten hit in the chest there as he steps out of the umpire's box. And both catchers today, both starting catchers, one for each team, wear number 24, Turquand and Christ. All right, the full count pitch. That's going to be grounded foul. And Bickerton playing over at first now. Filling in for the starting first baseman, Sam Grunberg. Instrumental in yesterday's win. And there's ball 4. And Chris will have a leadoff walk.
Number 15, Nathan Hafner.
So tying runner at the plate. So both 6th and 7th innings started with leadoff walks. And infield will go to talk to Kim. See you after this quick break. All right, play will resume, and Mason Kim pulled after 2 innings and 1 at bat, but he is in line for the win. And Thomas Keller's now pitching. This one is going to be grounded right to him. It's going to be thrown over to Bickerton for out number 1. So on that 1-3 ground out, Chris advancing to second.
Number 2, Stephen Machon.
So the tying runner now in scoring position. Stephen Machon, the EH for the Dodgers. Oh for 1 on the day. Had a 4-3 ground out in the 5th. Keller throws that one way outside of the strike zone, 1-0. And Keller's pitching style is unique. It seems more like the throwing motion instead of a pitching motion. Looking back at Chris behind him. There's a breaking ball in for strike 1. That one popped top foul. Didn't really go anywhere. Cervantes throws it. 1-2. Keller hoping to keep that lead the Bucs found for themselves. It's a 1-2 count for Machon. It's a looking strikeout, and there's 2 outs now in the top of the 7th.
Number 5, Tommy Goldbranson.
Goldbranson, he started at shortstop, went to first, now is back at shortstop today. Still top of the batting order, hasn't been pulled. There's a breaking ball just out of the strike zone, 1-0. Goldbranson on the day, 0 for 2, but did score a run in the first. Greg Pavon's RBI single. And there's a wild pitch, and Cervantes is going to throw it over to third, where he's going to tag. Oh, and the ball fell out of his glove. Chavez not able to hold on to it. On that stolen base attempt, Chris is safe. So the tying runner now 1 plate away from tying this game up. That one popped behind. It's going to be 2-1. Looking to get an RBI here before the end of the top of the 7th is Goldbranson. That one popped up behind once again. 2-2. So East LA Dodgers gray have nothing to play for, neither do the Bucs. The Dodgers not in the playoffs. The Bucs going to be a 5 seed regardless. Both teams is looking to finish the regular season on a high note. That one's going to be hit right to Marty. It's going to sling it over to Bickerton for out number 3. And the Bucs will keep their lead going into the 7th inning stretch. No runs, no hits, no errors. See you for the bottom of the 7th right after this. All right, fresh off the 7th inning stretch, the Bucs have a 1-run lead and are looking to add on to that. We have some defensive changes for the Dodgers. Abudaye, he moved to the pitching spot. Hafner's now catching. Smith is now at first. Ortega is back at third. And Mason Daniels is in left. And leading things off, Tommy Italia. Also due up in the 7th for the Bucs, Sam Grunberg and Anthony Chavez. That one hit deep into center field. Tim's throwing it in, and it might be looking like a leadoff triple here as the throw in was nowhere near third base. It went to the shortstop, Goldbrinson. So a leadoff triple for Tommy Italia's first hit of the day. Excuse me, Jack Bickerton is not Sam Grunberg. Bickerton takes strike one. Bickerton on the year, 64 at bats coming into today over 23 games. 1-1 count. This one popped drifting foul, 1-2. Italia hyped after that leadoff triple. That outfield struggling against those deep balls. The anticipation by Timms is lacking. He's already been grilled a few times today. That one is in the dirt by Abudaye, so 2-2. Bickerton takes ball 3, and we have a full count here in the 7th inning. Abudaye has made his rounds on defense today, as many of the infielders and outfielders on the Dodgers have. This one is going to chop it right to Goldbrinson, throws over to Smith for out number 1.
Third baseman, number 35. Anthony Chavez.
Anthony Chavez. Chavez on the day, 1 for 3. Flew out to second base in the 2nd. Had a single in the 4th, and he scored a run on an RBI double by Turquand. And in the 5th, he had a 5-3 ground out. Looking to get an RBI and bring home a Tommy Italia. Here's the pitch. Off speed, way outside, 1-0. And I will be covering and announcing the Bucs game against the Seco Royals on Tuesday at down in Cypress College, so I look forward to that. 2-0 the count for the third baseman Chavez. Two-0 pitch, breaking ball, in for strike 1. 3-1 is the count. That one is swung at and missed. I believe it's a full count. And either the catcher or the umpire got plunked right there as it came off Chavez's bat. Play will resume. And second straight full count on a Buck batter. 3-2 pitch. It's a little high. Chavez will walk. The runners on in the corners with Trent Turquan at, oh no, Dominic Cervantes. A pinch hitter for Turquan in the 5 spot.
He's catching.
Yeah, so on both sides of the ball, Cervantes subbing in for Turquan. That one is going to be popped behind, hit the net, 0-1. Five pinch hitters through 7 innings for the Bucs. All of them also replacing those people in the batting lineup on defense as well. Little warning shot from Ogudaye. Chavez races back to first. The 0-1 pitch. That one's going to be hit right to third base. Ortega throwing it to Smith. For out number 2.
Extra hitter number 17. Luke Crawshaw.
And Tommy Talley coming home on that sacrifice ground out. So it's an 8-6 ball game, and for some reason, as I've seen most third basemen do, Ortega did not throw it home to try and get the leading runner out. But Chavez now at second. High fastball. 1-0 for Luke Crawshaw. Luke Crawshaw in his first at-bat after pinch hitting, coming in for Rowan Tarrant. He walked, and then he came home on Mason Kim's RBI double. That one hit right to Goldbrinson. Going to throw it over to Smith for out number 3. So in the bottom of the 7th, 1 run, 1 hit, no errors.
Bucs lead 8-6.
It's now an 8-6 ball game as the Bucs inch closer and closer to a victory here against the Gray Dodgers. See you right after this. All right, leading things off in the 8th for the Dodgers, Brett Boudier, the latest pitcher. Keller, ready to start his first full inning of work. Oh, and that's going to be an error that bounces in and out of Tommy Italia's glove for his third error of the day. So there's Abu Daya is going to get on first with E6.
Daniel Ortega.
And not one of Italia's best days at the shortstop. Now the tying runner at the plate, Daniel Ortega. Keller. As breaking balls a little above the strike zone, 1-0. And today, it looks like for their substitutions, the two teams take opposite approaches. Whereas the Dodgers will just swap their players around to different positions, Bucs will just take one out and put one in. And it kind of coincides with the fact that one team is in the playoffs and one is not, so it doesn't matter. It was a 2-0 count for Ortega, the third baseman once again. He played first as well. That one going to be hit over the head of Italia. It's going to be a blooper single into center field. So Abu Daya advancing to second on that single by Ortega. And now the leading runner, Greg Pavon, is at the plate. Keller in line for the save. Mason Kim in line for the win. There's a breaking ball right in there for strike one. And you could tell that was going to be a breaking ball from the moment it came out of his hand. And Pavon today, 1 for 2. Struck out looking in the 6th. First at bat, he had an RBI single. 0-2. No outs here in the top of the 8th. 2 runners on. The 0-2 pitch from Keller. That's going to be a swing and a miss. Out number 1. Make that 1 for 3 on the day for Pavon as he heads to the dugout. Retired. Chase Smith.
Chase Smith.
Started out in right field, now is playing first base. One for 2. The error not counting towards his batting average. There's a breaking ball in for strike 1. 4-3 ground out to end the first. At a single in the 6th inning. Was caught stealing third, however. There's another breaking ball in there for strike 2. Keller making him do some serious guesswork. And with the tying runner on base, they don't want any more advancements. Even if they are the home team, they can't take any chances. And warning shot over to Abu Daya at second. That one's going to be popped right behind against the net. Still 0-2. On the year, Chase Smith, 36 at-bats coming into today, 17 games. Make that, this is his 40th now trip to the plate this season. 9 runs and 7 hits. Takes ball 1. Yeah, unlike most players on his team or even in the whole league, his run total surpasses his hit total, so he gets on base with walks and HBPs quite a bit. That one going to be popped into left, and moving over is Pitts to make the grab for out number 2, and the base runners stay where they are.
Number 21. Wyatt Timms.
Wyatt Timms. Center fielder for the Dodgers. Struggled out there. Been grilled by a lot of deep hits. So the first pitch from Keller is going to be ball 1. The year Timms has had this 54th at bat in his 18th game, so averaging 3 per matchup. 2-0 the count. Eight runs and 15 hits on the year. That one going to be hit down the left field line and bounce foul. 2-1. The sun goes down, the shadows begin to creep into the infield. Yesterday's game nearly was 4 hours long due to all the hits. This game doesn't look to have that 4-hour time. There's ball 3. The first two batters in the top of the 8th here got on base. The last two gotten out without any advancements. Keller looking to get out number 3 right here. And there's ball 4, and we have loaded bases. So the leading runner now at first.
Number 16, Mason Daniels.
Mason Daniels made his rounds today. Pitched for 2 innings. Now is on defense and left. This one to be grounded right to Tommy Italia, zipping it over to Bickerton at first for out number 3.
No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and 3 left.
So no runs,
The end of 7.5.
1 hit, 1 error,
8-6.
and it's still an 8-6 lead for the home Bucs as we go to the bottom of the 8th. See you right after this. All right, leading things off in the bottom of the 8th, Kai Moran in the 7th spot, pinch hitting for Noah Nichols, starting in the 6th inning. And quick shout out to Kai Moran's cousins watching in Portland, Oregon. I'm Charlie Gonzalez, the broadcaster, a good friend of Kai, and hope you all are enjoying the broadcast so far. Kai Moran, as I call him, the deadly lefty, has a monster swing, one of the best players this year on the Ventura County Bucs. That one he hits right up the middle, go to Pavon, throwing it over to Smith for out number 1.
Pitcher number 9, Thomas Keller.
Thomas Keller, another two-way player, came in to pitch in the 7th. Now in the batting order as well for Mason Kim. And also now pitching for the Dodgers is Chase Smith, number 7. There's ball 1. That one going to be hitting the left center, deep against the wall. Thomas Keller is going to get on base heading to second, and we're going to have a double. So in his first at bat and his second pitch, swings for the fences and gets there. That deep hit gets in between Daniels and Timms. Their outfield defense for the Dodgers today has been subpar, to say the least. Tyler Marty. Hasn't scored a run yet, but been productive at the plate. There's a breaking ball. That arch was very high, didn't quite get down in the strike zone, 1-0. And Chase Smith's pitching. I'm not sure who's at first base right now for the Dodgers. There's a pass ball. It's going to get away from the catcher, and Thomas Keller will advance to third. Yeah, so there's several defensive changes for the Dodgers. Haven't marked them down. Going to be announcing the plays by position, not by name, so bear with me. That one's going to be hitting the right field. And coming home, Thomas Keller, making sure he was going to bounce fair before he came home. Will score a run. There's an RBI double by Tyler Marty.
Colin Bell.
It's now a 9-6 lead for the Bucs. 1 out in the bottom of the 8th. Colin Bell 2 for 3 today. Breaking ball is a little high, 1-0. As the Bucs look to secure a win here and head into the playoffs, they'll have to do it the hard way, but never say never. That one's hitting to right. It's going to be a blooper single, maybe even a double. Nope, Colin Bell's going to stay at first. Now he's going to go to second as the right fielder had trouble fielding that, and that one's going to be a wild throw. It gets past second baseman, but Bell will stay where he is. So another RBI double, back-to-back. This one by Bell bringing home Tyler Marty. And the Bucs have cracked double digits late in this game.
Robert Pitch.
Robert Pitts returning to the top of the batting order, takes strike 1, swings and misses. 0-1 pitch. Bounces in the dirt. And running the third is Colin Bell, but he's going to be tagged out. Good effort there by the catcher to avoid another pass ball advance. So 2 away here in the 8th. It's a 1-1 count for Pitts. Smith deals. Off speed, high, 2-1. Not much strategy here for the remainder of this 8th inning. That one bounces on the grass, doesn't even get to the brown painted turf before bouncing. 3-1 for your left fielder. That one is swung on and missed. And it's a full count for Robert Pitts. Robert Pitts' best games this year out against the, I believe, Inland Valley Pirates at Citrus College. One had a game where he caught 5 flyouts to left. This one, pop up into right and making the grab for out number 3. Is whoever's in right field. I can't keep track of all the changes.
Nobody left. The end of 8. Bucs lead 10-6.
So 2 runs tacked on in the 8th inning. It's 10-6 ball game, and the Bucs are 3 outs away from another victory to end the regular season on a high note. See you right after this for the top of the 9th. Top of the 9th, leading things off, Tyler Christ, also due up, Nathan Hafner and Steven Machon. That first pitch is going to be hit right to Italia. He's going to throw it over to Bickerton at first. It was a little wild. He forced them off the bag, but he gets the out regardless. So a 6-3 ground out to start off the 9th inning.
Nathan Hafner.
Nathan Hafner, the Bucs starting pitcher today. Excuse me, the Dodgers starting pitcher. Most likely in line for the losses. He's responsible for 6 runs. But at the plate, he's 0 for 2. This one's going to be chopped right to Marty. Quick throw over to Bickerton. 2 away, 2 pitches, 2 outs.
Number two. Steven Machon.
Machon, the extra hitter. And the Dodgers, disappointing season, 8-15, the 1 out away from falling at 8-16. The Buccaneers about to go to 13-11. That one's going to go right to Italia. Rug it over to Bickerton for out number 3, and that's ball game. 3 pitches, 3 outs. 1, 2, 3. You can't get one more 1, 2, 3 than that, folks. So Final score, Ventura County Buccaneers 10, East LA Dodgers Gray 6. And the Ventura County Bucs will be the 5 seed in this year's Sunset Baseball League playoffs. They will face the Arroyo Seco Royals, the road team at Cypress College on Tuesday. I will be there announcing that game. And that was the first and only the 3-pitch inning this season for the Bucs. 6-3 ground out, 4-3 ground out, and another 6-3 ground out. So Dodgers finished the year 8-16, second to last. And the Buccaneers finished the season 13-11, just above 500. So thank you all for tuning in to tonight's broadcast. I'm Charlie Gonzalez, signing off. And catch you on Tuesday for the playoff wild card.
Totals for today's game.